So it's been quite a while since we've had a 3 Days of Darkness video, and yesterday somebody sent me a dream that she had back in 2017. She said that she has never had a dream quite like this, that a dream felt like such a warning. She entitled the dream, The Warning Dream. Here's the dream. She said she started dreaming one night. It wasn't the kind of dream that feels very important at all, at least not at first. She said she was in a park, bright sun all around, birds, kids playing nearby, completely normal day. Then suddenly this man walks up behind her and she felt like he had been there the whole time. He was tall, taller than anyone she had ever seen, but something about him didn't feel threatening at all. He didn't smile, he didn't introduce himself, he just said, "When you see the auroras in places that they don't belong, be prepared." And she looked at him just confused. She's like, "Auroras? We don't get auroras in Louisiana. What are you talking about?" She turns to him confused and asks him prepared for what? He looked her dead in the eye, expression flat, voice even as shit. Judgment will fall on the earth. And that caused her to raise an eyebrow. But she still almost shook this off, thinking it was just another weird dream. And then he began quoting scripture. First he quoted from Exodus. "And then the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand toward the heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt." She opened her mouth, prepared to ask him a question, but then he continued on, except this time from Psalm 91. He said, "Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day. 1,000 shall fall by thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh to thee." And in that moment, right as he finished speaking, she said the sky snapped directly to black. It wasn't an eclipse. It didn't happen over time. The sun vanished. No warning, no clouds. Just instant suffocating darkness. She heard people starting to scream, birds falling from the sky, cars crashing into each other. It all happened in seconds. She turned to ask him what was happening, but he was already gone. So she began to run back to her house, at least in the direction that she thought her house was on. She ran down a street that looked like nothing that she'd ever lived on. She realized that she was able to see barely through the darkness, and she thought in her mind that all the people around her that are bumping into trees and wrecking into their cars, they couldn't see anything. She ran up onto the front porch and opened the door to her house. She didn't understand how she got there, didn't know if it even mattered. She got inside and locked the door. Lights, for some reason, still worked, but the house felt like it was holding its breath. Then came the knocking, soft at first, then louder, then all at once. Windows, doors, back wall, everything was being knocked on. Someone or something was trying to get in the house. She backed into the hallway, knowing that there was a danger outside, and there he was again. The man from before, except this time, he was taller, or she was smaller somehow. His presence filled the entire space. He didn't raise his voice, he didn't yell, he just gave instructions. Do not answer the door. Do not go outside. Cover every window in the house. He asked him what the knocking was. He ignored the question. Some of them will sound like your family. Some of them will cry. Don't believe any of it. Then he turned and looked toward the living room. Nobody was in the living room, but he looked into the living room like somebody was there. And he continued on, and watch the ones inside your house with you. Some of them will panic. Some will forget the rules. Some will try to open the door. Do not let them. She asked him how long it would last, and he didn't answer her at first. And then he reached out to the kitchen table and knocked 3 times. And then he walked towards the front door and vanished. He didn't open the door. He just vanished. At that moment, she woke up, covered in sweat, heart pounding, knowing that she had just experienced something that she probably couldn't explain. She didn't know what that dream meant. She read the verses in the Bible, but it didn't make sense. All the stuff that she just saw in that dream didn't make sense. It didn't add up. So she laughed it off, thinking it was just a bad dream, and tried to forget about it, but she couldn't quite forget about it. Fast forward to 2022, she comes across a video talking about the 3 Days of Darkness. She said the first time last year that the aurora showed up in southern Arkansas, she stopped laughing. And now she watches closely about every time that the auroras show up in places that they don't belong. She closes her curtains. She waits. Damn it, man.